Hi everybody. Today I thought we'd talk about what it's like to be, or what it means to be, in the middle. And so I started with some things that are pretty obvious, and you may be old enough now to understand totally what it means to be in the middle when it comes to just physical objects. So for starters, I lit some candles here, and you can see we have this one in the middle. We have two on this side and two on this side, so this one's in the middle. And we've got some boxes. I thought these were pretty. And it doesn't really matter what sizes they are. We have small, medium, and big. This is in the middle. If I switch them around, that's still in the middle. Doesn't matter what the boxes look like. And I've got 3 jars of glitter here, and the green one is in the middle. And again, I can switch them out. But this one now, the purple one is in the middle. I've got some flowers here, 3 flowers, and this one is in the middle. And I've got some unicorns down there, and you can see the one that is in the middle there. And, oh, I was going to turn on. I think I have this one set up so that the middle one comes on. So the red one's in the middle. We've got some snowballs, and you can see the big one is in the middle. So being in the middle is just when you're when you have an equal number on either side of you. There are other ways to be in the middle, right? Besides for just objects. You may have a brother or sister in middle school, which means that they're in between. They have high school up here, and you've got elementary school or grade school. Middle school is just that. It's in the middle. Some people talk about staying in the middle. They'll say, I don't really know what I want to do. I think I'm kind of in the middle, which means you don't really know which way you want to go. Sometimes being in the middle of an argument or a fight, that's not a good middle to be in. That means things are going on around you and you are kind of stuck in the middle of it all. That's being in the middle too. There's also being a middle child. And I happen to be a middle child, and I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. But middle children are, I think, we're special. Of course, if you're the baby in the family, that's special. If you're the oldest one, that's special in its own way. Middle children are unique because of where we fall in our family, or they call that birth order. So there are characteristics of middle children. And since I am one, I can say, okay, I kind of understand that. We're usually the peacemakers, so when people need somebody to step in and sort of solve problems or arguments in the family, sometimes it's the middle child that steps up. We tend to be what they call people pleasers, so we like people around us to be happy. We usually have a lot of friends, big circle of friends, so if you're a middle child, that may be you. Sometimes it's a little hard to find your place in the world because you say, I'm not the oldest, like my sister is older than I am. I'm not older like she is, and I'm not younger like my little brother is. So I'm in the middle. So I wrote a poem about that, and this is called Middle Child. Ever since I was a kid and really very little, I knew that I was different. I was always in the middle. I had an older sister and a little brother too, which meant no matter how it went, I stayed at number 2. If the oldest was the first and the youngest was the third, that meant that I was second in the middle of the herd. And if the youngest was the first and the oldest number 3, then I was number 2 again. It's difficult, you see. It's not so bad in the middle, and I learned really fast that though I'm not the first, I'm also never last. So there are lots of ways to be in the middle, and one of those ways, of course, is just with the objects that we looked at. And actually, this right here is a tic-tac-toe table, which we played with before. And you can see it's marked off into squares, and I don't know if you've ever played tic-tac-toe. I'm going to use purple. But usually, when I play, I start with the middle. So, and on a bingo card, the middle space is what they call the free space. So there are a lot of good things about being in the middle, and some people really like being in the middle as a middle child. So I'm going to show you just a little short talk I had with one of the favorite middle children in my life, and then I'll come back and say goodbye. So here I am with my favorite middle child in the world, and I am a middle child too. So this is Everett, and Everett, and we're the middle child for the same reason, because we both have an older sister and a younger brother, and we're smack in the middle. And so we're the ones that people go to when they want to solve arguments, and we're just we're just right in the middle of everything. So you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I like being the middle child because I get to have a role model, and I get to be a role model to my younger brother.
Wow. Okay, I should have let you just totally host this one. Okay, that's a really good way to look at being a middle child. You're looking at it as a privilege, and that's a really good way to look at it. So, okay, so we're both pretty happy to be the middle child in our family. So, all right, then we will just, we'll pick up at the house. Thank you. So, whether it's playing with pieces like this, tic-tac-toe, pretty jars of glitter, flowers, I like these flowers a lot. Then we know what it means, or the candle, we know what it means to be in the middle. And there are lots of different expressions that involve being in the middle. But if you're a middle child like I am, just enjoy your place in the family. And if you're the younger child like my brother, the older child like my sister, they all have their special place in the family too. So 1, 4, 3, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.